One of the kind of main issues within the performance is this notion that Eros, he changes over time, where you see him as a man with big golden wings, but then the Romans change him into Cupid. Now, what happened to this god who was very erotic, and all of a sudden becomes a fat baby? So why did they make the god of love shoot you with an arrow who's going to kill you? For them, the old person of you died, and you're reborn in love. And that's a really dangerous thing. For the Greeks, Eros was always depicted as a virile young man with large golden wings. And he was the only god that all other gods feared, for he alone could strike each of them, and they too would fall in love.
They're all photo-based paintings. It's a way of grabbing a moment in time and then reinvestigating it through a self-editing process of paint. Actually, I had them all laid out on the floor, like probably 60 of them, 70 of them laid out on the floor, and I just start playing with them, which ones relate. And that's kind of going back to the narrative idea of like, this is parts of my life, so I want the ones that kind of interact with each other. So I do very large pieces. I'll shoot Super 8 films and then hand paint on each frame of film, which is super OCD. Those have been shown quite widely, usually in collaboration with bands and stuff like that. I've done some world tours with backdrops for big bands. I don't shy away from digital either. I'll make a video, I'll shoot digital image and paint on it, but I like the tactile aspect of being a painter.
This work are my recent, let's say last 3 or 4 years work. This work are based on my research and developing about contrast and texture, and thinking what you will feel from them. That's another dimension in the end you can feel. I have been choreographer and dancer in my life, as well as being a visual artist. And I have a dance company in New York City. This is called Untitled Number 12. I have this series, I made 11 pieces, but the number 12 is made for human bodies. My dancers coming in to perform the number 12. But the dancers actually doing exactly what I did for them. Canvas, which means use their body to same thing to express the old elements I'm talking about. The same way I use a brush and actually start using human bodies.
This is work by Rashad Newsom, who's a New York-based choreographer and performance artist. They're in relation to a video piece called Icon, which is very much about kind of elements of bling and elements of kind of ostentation in hip-hop. He's interested in voguing and interested in very specific kind of cultures and subcultures within contemporary pop culture. These actually refer directly to the imagery that he uses in Icon, which for this show it seemed more apt really to have something that was representative of that.